Everybody, it's Mrs. A. Welcome to the Creative Insider for April. I'm so glad you could join me. It means a lot that you invite me into your inbox, so thank you. I am so thrilled because we've got a couple things to go over here that I'm going to share with you real quick. And to keep this a little bit abbreviated, what I'm going to do is we were going to be talking about business cards today, and I mentioned that last month. And so when we got one, I have a lot going on over here. So to keep it brief, I'm going to make a more detailed business card video that's going to go on the channel so that you can sit at your leisure and watch a ridiculously long, dry video about business cards. And in order to make sure that you don't miss that and all the other goofy stuff that I put on there because I play around with video a lot, make sure that you go down here and click on the subscribe button so that you can go to YouTube and subscribe to my channel. We're just starting out, I know, and there's a lot of more hand flailing in the future that I don't want you to miss. So make sure you go down and hit subscribe on my YouTube channel, please and thank you. And that way, when we do extra stuff in length that's longer than these, then you can make sure that you don't miss it and you'll be notified in your inbox. So, things going on this month. I'm very happy to say that I didn't realize, but this is not a very original title for a cafe. And there are quite a few cafes in the world that are called the Early Bird Cafe. So I have begun reaching out to them just because I thought I would be silly. And lo and behold, there is an Early Bird Cafe in Cedar Rapids who has agreed to take on a couple copies of the Early Bird Cafe to sell in their cafe. So I'll keep you abreast on how all that goes. I have no idea. But it's just something wild. And so we're having a shipment sent out with some swag so that the people who stop for their very delicious coffees in the morning at the Early Bird Cafe in Cedar Rapids can then pick up a book and read and find out all about Jim and Eve. And they can imagine that Jim and Eve are in the booth next to them while they're reading their book in the real Early Bird Cafe. So we've got that going on. I don't know. I don't know what I get myself into. There's a commercial that I made that it's on the Facebook page and the YouTube channel that I'm hoping that the actual cafe can splash around in their own internet corner of the woods. So if you want to check that out, you can just go to my Facebook page and find it there on the YouTube tab. And it's just as corny as all the other stuff I put out, so you won't be disappointed. I want to also remind you that, obviously you can tell, but lower down in the newsletter we have the Fiverr gigs still going on. If you didn't get your free Fiverr gig, oh my gosh, click on the shopping bags and help yourself to a free gig, because there are people on Fiverr who will make anything, and you deserve at least a logo, if not an intro to your own videos, or just they'll make business cards, they'll do editing, they'll do anything. So make sure you can check that out if you didn't get that last month. I wanted to leave that up there. And I have been meeting a lot of people this week on Twitter, which I'm doing ridiculously great on Twitter thanks to my recent work in Fridge Magazine. Yay! So I am hoping that I didn't miss listing some of the new tweets that are following me on the page, and so if your name is not there, make sure to tweet me and let me know that you're a little upset that your Twitter handle wasn't listed so that I can get you on there. You know, I met people this month like Joel Canfield, who then ended up we did a guest blog post together about newsletters, haha, and so that was really awesome. I want to make sure that I mentioned him because he is a great tweet to follow, and he's got newsletters all over the place. You don't want to miss that. So, again, hit me up on Twitter and let me know what's going on, because I love you tweets and I love tweeting. So we're going to keep this brief. I'm already 4 minutes into it. But what I did is I did a lot of sending away for samples from like the big 5. I'm sure that there are 800 bazillion other companies that do business cards that are just as fantastic. And if you have already gotten cards somewhere that you love, please feel free to share. Hit me up on anywhere in the internet world, and I will be glad to check into that because I'm very excited. And for those of you, again, who are naturally creative and wonderful, of course you are because you subscribe to my newsletter, but if you don't ride the pine on an 8 to 5 behind a desk and you think, oh, well, I don't have a white collar job, so I don't deserve a business card. What I found, which was very interesting and a fantastic idea while I was going to these different companies, was that they have something called parent cards. And if you are the fabulously wonderful creative parent of an equally creative child, and that child is going to events at school or going to visit kids at their house or having sleepovers, or you're dropping them off for parties or events or things, there are chaperones involved and you're not going to be there for whatever reason, and you want to make sure that the teacher, guardian, the host, the other mother has your information, you can make a parent card, which is a business card that has your name and all your information, the kids' information, any emergency things that the other person would need to know about your child. And then you can just whip it out because you're awesome and hand it to them. So don't feel that if you don't have a desk job that you don't deserve a business card, because you do. I can't think of anything more awesome and easy than having a set of parent cards that you could whip out. They're easy to read. It's already done. You don't have to stand in the grocery line and try and scribble it on the back of a napkin. And it's all set for you. Bada bing, bada boom. So again, get a gig, get a logo, get a card. What I did was I went to places like Vistaprint, and I got samples, and I hit Moo, I hit Jukebox Print, I hit Print Peppermint, and a place out in England, plasmadesign.co.uk. And again, since this is, I'm going to try to keep this brief, I will make a Google Documents in the cloud of all of the stuff that I subscribed, that I got the samples from, how to get them, the links to go get them, and what comes in the sample. If it's something that interests you, then you can go click through from there. And I'll list that below because it's very technical. But they would send stuff like sample cards, postcards, brochures, different sizes. Moo had a very cute sample pack. Your sample pack is here, and you can't see it because the exposure is too high. But then what I really liked about Moo was they had these little tiny, half the size of a regular, and it's thinner, which looks like a mini bookmark to me, and that's what really, they push their square cards a lot, but it's just so square and huge. They also do stickers, so this is not just something that you could think about for business cards, but places like Moo will give you, upside down stickers, but they're round, they're square, they're tiny, they're big. Every sticker can be different if you want, and that would be a great swag to put on the front of your book, the back of your business card, anything that you're sending out, a little monogram with the little website on every envelope that you mail out. You know, you never know what you can think of. So don't think of it as just business card samples, because these things could be applied to all different kinds of things. So you will get the chance in the expanded, ridiculously long version of this overview on the channel. You'll get to see all the stuff which is falling out all over the place. But they don't just make regular business cards anymore. You know, they make little tiny cutout ones, again, that are upside down, that are called die cut. So if you have some kind of cloud or a different shaped logo, you know, keep that in mind, because nowadays they can cut out whatever the heck shape you want. And if you want to be environmentally friendly, they have, this is Jukebox Print. They send you the regular kind of cards printed from brand new paper, recycled ones that were used, that were created with renewable energy, biodegradable ink, recycled paper, ridiculously green and so fantastic. And if that's an angle of yours in your brand or book, you might want to look into that. One that I did like from Jukebox Print, Silk Matte. It's paper, but it feels like suede, and you just want to rub it. And the tactile element, I think, really adds a lot to that. Stuff to keep in mind. Again, when I went to this Plasma Design out in England, they were sending stuff like clear plastic business cards. Now, granted, you won't be able to do too much on each side because you can see through it. But other ideas that I saw on the internet would have things like if you were a salon or whatnot, to print, here is the blue one that's up, that's top and bottom, that you would have them print a little mustache up here, and then you could hold it up to your friends and line it up and pretend that they had a mustache. I mean, it was just so silly, but it was a way to keep people to hang on to your card, to play with it, to have the name hitting them, and to remind them of you. And so for author people, I was imagining a little something, a little picture frame that you could hold up, you know, what does this inspire you to write? And you could just kind of hold it up and play with it and keep hold of it. You never know. You never know what might hit you. They now do things where like the edge has color. And this place now, granted, I don't think I'll be, that's stainless steel. It's a stainless steel business card. You could cut yourself on that. If you are ever in a dark alley, you might want to send for these free samples so you can whip out your stainless steel card and use it like a ninja star and save yourself. But the possibilities are endless, and business cards are not just a flat piece of paper anymore. And it's just to show you, now what ended up happening was that I got stuff in my inbox from Vistaprint, and these were literally free as long as you paid the $5 shipping. They're completely blank on the back, and I did it up and down only because I got one of these things for the back of my cell phone, which now, again, I can't find out where I put that other sample right here. This is a free sample for Imprint. It's just a little flat thingy, and it's rubbery, and you stick it on the back of your cell phone. You could stick it on the back of your tablet, on your planner, anywhere you want. They're removable. It's 3M tape. But that way, it holds up to 3 business cards, this little flippity thing. And I suppose you could spend hundreds of dollars and have it imprinted with your book name if you wanted. But that way you can hold 3 cards, and I just wanted to have a card that was up and down so that it was readily seeable. And then I just added the Get Your Free Creative Insider because these are going to be having stickers on the back with the QR code. The other great thing that I found, I'm totally off tangent, but this is the QR code that you can get. It's just a vinyl cleaning that can stick on your car. So this is ridiculously long, I know, and I thank you, but I wanted to let you know all the stuff that's going to be in the Google Doc, that there are a lot of these companies that are sending out stuff because they really want to help you out. The prices are reasonable, and you can start anything from, like I said, these were $5. They were free of the $5 shipping. You can do a 7 and 9 on Vistaprint, which a lot of times they have all free. All of these have a preset design, or you can use your own. You can update your own logo. So it's totally up to you. But for 100 cards, which are going to last a long time in a box like this, you know, this was the $5 box. Again, it was just plain with nothing on the back. But, I mean, even for a $20 investment to have something like that, that's in your pocket, that's easy to whip out and hand out, I think would be really great. And you never know, because oftentimes you'll go into a store, like we were just downtown the other day, and they'll have a bulletin board by the wall or the entrance of people that can add something as a way to just show their services. And so if you have some and you're out at your local, wherever, the banks do it a lot, then you can take and add one to it. Who knows who might see your book and where they might see it from. And if it's on a nice, clean business card, then it's really easy to read, and they might even pick it up and take it with them. And of course, you can always whip it out and leave it with your tip. Leave it when you're going to the gas station and the guy decides he wants to pump gas for you. You never know where you're going to find someone, interact with somebody, and start a conversation, and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, no way, you did? And you can be like, yes, I did. Here you go. You can check it out at your leisure. And then you don't have to worry about being a fool and dumping your purse out and looking for a napkin to scribble on. So, thank you again. This is ridiculously long, and I thank you for navigating my hand gestures. I am Mrs. A. I don't even know who I am anymore. For the Creative Insider, the book is doing well, and I thank you so much. And so stay tuned to my blog for more posts, and I will be obviously mentioning the guest blog from Joel Canfield, and we'll be tweeting about it. I tweet about all kinds of stuff, so you never know what you might scroll down and find. And if you haven't reached out to let me know, Mrs. A, make the video shorter. Please do hit me up on my website and drop me a line and let me know what you like, what you don't like. Just hit reply in this newsletter and give me a quick rundown of, oh my gosh, no, quit, stop. Or tell me what you like, because I'm here for you and I like to bring you stuff that's beneficial and fun. So we want to make it something that we both enjoy opening and creating and sharing every month. So drop me a line anytime. You don't have to complain about anything. Just tell me whatever. But I will see you next month. We have all kinds of stuff coming up, and so I'm really excited to continue working on creative things for you, including hopefully possibly a better studio. But for now, I am way over time, but I thank you. I am Mrs. A. We'll see you soon on The Creative Insider.